So touch. Teaching without touch. Then only soul is touched. Otherwise, you're stuck up at the physical level. The touch is at the physical level. A teacher should touch the soul. Soul doesn't need the touch of the hand or a body. Soul needs a singularity, compassion, love, self-correction. Soul enjoys. Achyuta, understand, it is a must in yoga. The touch part. In India, in the northern traditions, when you go, where you go to BR School of Yoga, where you go to the Tibet, any monastic discipline, anywhere in the northern traditions in India, you go and learn yoga, a guru, a teacher will not get down out of his seat. He will not even move. He won't even move. He won't even demonstrate it to you. He won't even demonstrate it to you. He will sit there. He will tell. In fact, he will tell, yeah, what are you doing? Is it the way to do it? Do. Observe. How that other fellow doing? Observe. Is it the way your teacher told? Is it the way I have shown you? Where was your mind when I did it? Huh? You fella, don't observe when I do it. So, next time I will observe so. You fella doing wrong. Yes, sir. I will correct myself, sir. Next time I will observe. What you are teaching, to observe. And the next time, it's not that he will immediately show. No, he won't show. He has to undergo inflammatory growth. He has to, for some time. He will be looking for the next session to be corrected. Oh, next day, when the next day will come, I will be careful. Because my teacher pointed out, no, I am not doing it correctly. The teacher, before pointing out, he must have already demonstrated 10 times, 15 times. He must have meticulously explained. Then, after all things failed only, the teacher pointed out to that student with a lot of pain. Otherwise, you hardly find a teacher correcting a student. A teacher notices someone doing mistake, then he will generalize, hey my dear student, normally we will do like this. This is a way to correct yourself. Even then he will see whether this fellow corrected himself or not. That fellow mind is somewhere where he is listening. Even then he is not corrected. He sees all this ample number of times. Then after a teacher comes to a conclusion, this fellow doesn't listen, he is very dull-minded. He is very dull-minded. So his ability to observe is very less. Then, hey, why are you doing like that? Then the teacher only communicates like this. Again, next day he observes. Student asks, sir, is it correct, sir? Am I doing correct? Can't you see? Again, when I do next time, observe whether you are doing it correct or not. Don't ask me. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. I'm sorry, sir. Okay, sir. teacher is educating him, his observation is incomplete, incorrect, until the student corrects himself. Now it's okay. It must have gone 1 week or 10 days or 15 days. I have not seen any, in the northern traditions, a teacher coming and correcting you, touching you at all. A teacher doesn't move from a seat. Someone thinks a teacher is lazy fellow. Teacher doesn't know yoga. This is how the West thinks. Hey, yoga means, they don't even. Hey, he's sitting guru, sitting yoga. What does he know about yoga? Yoga teacher means he should be flying with me, he should be jumping with me, and he should be correcting me. We are like friends. I love my teacher, she corrects me all the time, Yes, you are pampered. Whoever pampered spoiled you. You love because she spoiled you. The teacher doesn't know the methodology. And further, and the child, what does the child knows? The child loves to be pampered, spoiled later on. You will repent, the child will realize you have spoiled. Vruddhancha me, vruddhicha me, vruddhancha me, vruddhicha me. You only develop, you only progress. You only correct yourself. Yoga is to make you independent. Yoga means what? Vairagya means what? You are not dependent for your happiness on anyone. No one can make you happy. No one can make you unhappy. You are independent. A yoga guru, a teacher, guru is teaching you to be independent, not dependent.